Hey guys, it's CyberKnight 8610, and this is another video of anime versus reality. In this series, we talk about cards, how they've changed whenever they were actually printed from their anime card, and see what would happen if the anime card was actually released with its original effect. How would that affect the game? So yeah, anyway, here's the first one. Of course, I picked out a card that's going to be really hard to pronounce. Of course, Earthbound Immortal, Wiraqocha Rasca, I believe it's how it's pronounced. It's really hard to pronounce. Why do they make cards so hard to pronounce? I think they do it just to mess with me now. Let's see, this is, I'm going to have to actually count the levels because I forgot to count them beforehand. Let's see, level 10. It's a really neat Earthbound card. It's not really one of the stronger ones, but its anime one is really powerful. But we'll talk about it here in a sec. Anyway, this one has 100 attack and defense, winged beast, and its effect is there can only be one face-up Earthbound Immortal monster on the field. If there is no face-up field spell card, destroy this card. Your opponent cannot select this card as an attack target. This card can attack your opponent directly. When this card is normal summoned, return up to 3 cards you control to the deck except this card, and discard the same number of cards from your opponent's hand at random. This card gains 1,000 attack for each discarded card by this effect. So yeah, it's a pretty cool card. You can see how it is related to its anime effect, which we will read here in a sec. But you can tell it's also kind of a weak card in some ways. It's not really one of the stronger Earthbounds. It's kind of... I don't know, it seems kind of annoying really because this one should be the strongest Earthbound, but really in the actual card game it's not really at all one of the strongest ones. I mean, Piscu is better. You have the giant one, which I cannot pronounce to save my life, so I'm just going to call it the giant one. And really, any of the other Earthbounds are pretty superior to this one, which is kind of sad. It's sort of like the legal versions of the God cards, how Ra is supposed to be the strongest, yet he's kind of the weakest, really. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing with this one. But its anime effect, however, is much different. Here's the anime effect. I couldn't find an anime artwork, so we're just using the same artwork. It has the same stars, I believe, so it's still level 10. Except it has 1 attack and 1 defense, just 1, not 100, which is kind of odd. Its effect then, though, in the anime is, while this card's face up on the field, Earthbound Immortals cannot be summoned. If there are no field spells on the field, this card is destroyed at the end phase, and at the following effects are negated. And here's all of its effects. This card can attack your opponent directly. Monsters your opponent controls cannot select this card as an attack target. This card is unaffected by the effects of your opponent's spells and trap cards. Once returned by skipping the battle phase, you reduce your opponent's life points to 1. It's kind of a funny card, really. This is almost like a god card, really, in its anime form. Because it has a lot of the same effects, too, as the one that was actually printed. As it cannot be attacked, and it can attack your opponent directly. Those are 2 things that the one that was printed actually had as well. But this one, the anime one, is actually unaffected by spells and traps, which is really useful, of course, with all the Dark Hole and all that out now. But also, the really broken effect of being able to skip the battle phase and reduce your opponent's life points to 1. It doesn't matter how many life points they have, they instantly would have 1 life point. That would be game-breaking right there, because then your opponent could not use Solemn Warnings. It could not use Solemn Judgment, because you cannot have half of a life point. They always round it down, and the rules, if I'm not mistaken, on that. So if you had technically half a life point, it would go to 0, So yeah, that would be really game-breaking. It would destroy any counter, really, your opponent would have. So yeah, this card would be almost like an Egyptian God card, really, not even the legal ones. I'm talking like the anime Egyptian God cards, the ones that are like really broken, you cannot use in a duel. So yeah, though, what do you guys think about this card? Of course, if it was printed with its anime effect, there'd be a lot of people trying to run this card, and it would probably break the game as we know it. But what do you guys think would happen if, would you use this card if it had its anime effect? Personally, I'm glad that it had its effect changed, because with its new effect, it's not near as broken, although it is kind of sad, though, that it's, not, like I said, not the strongest Earthbound anymore. I kind of wish they would have found more of a happy medium, made it where it was a little bit stronger, than the others, had like a little bit better effect, but of course not near as game-breaking as this. So yeah, please tell me what you guys think. Please tell me how you think they should even change this effect, if they should have changed it a little differently. Or if you would use this card, or what, just kind of what you think on this subject as well, because I want to hear your opinions, of course, everyone's opinions on this. And also tell me if there's another card you want me to talk about in this series. I know a lot of people like this series. It got a good response when I made the first video. I'm sorry I hadn't had another one of these in a pretty good while, but I'll try to have these more regularly, because I think everyone enjoys them. And yeah, so yeah, I think that's everything. Please subscribe, please like this video if you enjoyed this video, and I think that's everything. Alright, so please subscribe. Bye, guys. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed my latest video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also be sure to check out the links in the description. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website, cyberstalk.com. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.